Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about the chapter that is why do we fall ill, and in this chapter student we discussed about health. We discussed that what is the difference between that of a healthy person as well as that of a disease free person. So we try to understand the difference between the health and that of a disease free. We also discussed that what are the factors which are responsible for the poor health or which affect the health of a person. And in that students we discussed that physical environment is there. Physical environment in which we will see that how is their physical surrounding. Okay, when it means that whether the person is living in a hygienic condition or not, whether the surrounding is not dirty. Okay, because if it is dirty, ultimately it will cause a disease. Second one student, that is the social environment. If we talk about the social environment, it is very important because somehow the person's mental health depend upon the social environment. How much social he is, how much interactive he is. Then we talk about the lack of the nutrition, that a person should take a proper amount of a nutrition. And finally we talk about the aging. Okay, all these things are there, but the person, due to the aging, as the age of the person is increases, then the chances of the disease will be much more, because at that time the person is very weak. Okay, and not only he is weak, but his eyes, you see, is weaker, so he is more prone to infection, he is more prone to diseases. And we can reduce the effect of the aging by doing proper exercise and by taking a nutritious food. Okay, so if we are taking nutritious food, if we are taking balanced diet, and as well as if we are doing a proper exercise, it will help us to overcome these factors which can affect our health. Then the next one student, we study that what is the difference between that of the healthy person and that of a disease free person. Healthy person, if we talk about the health, so healthy person is overall fitness. It means the person should be socially, mentally as well as physically fit. Then we call the person as a healthy person. But if we are seeing that a disease free, it means the person is does not have any kind of a discomfort, it does not have any kind of a problem in their body. Problem here, it is related to the physical problem. Okay. We also discussed that what is the difference between these two. Now today students, we will discuss the same thing, that is disease, and what are the different types of a disease are there. Okay, so we will talk about the human disease. What is a human disease, students? Let us discuss about it. Human disease. Disease. The term disease, students, you can see here that this is. Ease means what? Comfort. So we can say that discomfort. It means if a person is not comfortable, if the person is not feeling good, we can say that he or she is having a kind of a disease, or he is not, he is suffering from a disease. So on the basis of this student, we can define that malfunctioning of any of the part of the body, because when we talk about the discomfort, when you will feel the discomfort, when there is a problem in your body, right? When your body is not working properly, at that time you will feel this discomfort. and this discomfort will define the disease. It means you are not comfortable, one of the part of your body is not comfortable. It means it is not it is not functioning properly. So what is this? That is the disease. So we can define disease as, students, disease is a defined as a malfunctioning of the body. It can be defined as a malfunctioning. Malfunctioning means, students, it means not properly working. Okay, that is malfunctioning. Malfunctioning of the body organ. Malfunctioning of the body organ due to one or more reason. So you see, student, reason can be anything. Okay, but if any of the body organ it is not working properly, we will consider it in the disease. Okay, that person is not comfortable, as one of the body organ is not comfortable, not working properly, that is a disease. Now disease, when we talk about the disease, basically this disease indicates the disorder in the body of the person. Okay, so you can say that a discomfort is there or a disorder is there, that is a disease. So you see, we can write it. It indicates disorder in the part of the body. When we say the disorder, students, it means that it is not working properly. All the things collectively say the same thing, that the malfunctioning of the body organ, it means if any of the body organ is not working properly, ultimately it will lead to the human disease. Now, what kind of a disease are there, students? There are various kind of a disease. Okay, and disease is divided basically into different types. So when we talk about the type of a disease, so basically it is divided into two. First one is the infectious one. Second one is the non-infectious. Now let us discuss about it. That is, depend upon the variety of the function. So you see, depends on the variety of factors. You see, this is basically divided into two. Okay, so we can say that disease is divided into two. First one is the infectious disease. Infectious. And the second one is the non-infectious disease. Infectious disease and non-infectious disease. When we talk about the infectious and that of the non-infectious, students, you see, infectious disease, it means we can say that it is caused due to some infectious agent. Basically what happened, infectious disease is also known as a communicable disease. So such kind of a disease, it can be transferred from one person to another, or we can say that it is a disease which can passes from one person to the other person. Okay. Basically, infectious disease, that is why infectious disease is also known as the communicable disease. Now, there is an agent which is responsible for the transfer of a disease from from an infected person to a healthy person. So, what I am saying that here an agent is responsible, biological agent is there, which we call as an infectious agent. The agent is responsible for carrying the disease from a weaker person, from a affected person to that of a healthy person. And this agent, it can be bacteria, it can be virus, it can be protozoa, or any of the microorganisms. Okay, so infectious disease, it is also known as a communicable disease, because it can transfer from the infected to the healthy person. Okay. Non-infectious disease, student. So non-infectious, by this you are able to understand that this is a disease which does not have any kind of an infectious agent. So here it is not a communicable disease, so we will say that this will comes in a non-communicable disease. So basically here it occurs in a human body due to the weakness, due to some accident and all. Means there is no agent is required for the transfer of the disease from a infected to that of a healthy person. So we can write it about each one of it, about the infectious and that of the non-infectious disease students. Let us start with that of the infectious one. Okay. Infectious, student, the name itself tells that infectious means which causes infection. Okay, which need an agent. Okay. Infectious is also known as that of a communicable disease. First one is the infectious, which is also known as a communicable disease. Okay, communicable disease. Now, what kind of a disease it is, students? The first one, this type of a disease, we can write it, this type of a disease is transferred or communicable from one person to other. Communicable from one person to another. Second one, students, that there is an infectious agent. So we can write it. There is an infectious agent. There is an infectious agent. It means that here a person is attacked by the microorganisms. Okay, and this microorganism get transferred from the one person to the other. Now one more thing is there, that how does it pass a student from an infected person to that of a healthy person? So there must be some medium. Medium, it can be air, because you have seen that a person, if it is if he or she is suffering from that of a cold or cough, So you see, it is because of the attack of the virus. Okay, that is a kind of a microorganism. So when you cough, then what will happen? These microorganism, they got spread in the air, and finally, when a healthy person inhale the air, that air which consisting of the microorganism enter into the healthy person, and it will also cause a cold or cough to the healthy person. So you can understand that how the this disease get transferred from a healthy person, from an infected person to the healthy person. It means every time if a communicable disease is there, the microorganism need a medium to travel, to move from a healthy from an infected to that of a healthy person. So we can write it. This is an infectious agent. It means it is attacked by the microorganisms. So here this disease is caused. This disease is caused due to attack of microorganism. And these are known as pathogens. Okay, so we use another term for it, that these are called as pathogens. Okay, so they used to get travel, they used to attack and to a healthy person, and we called it as a pathogens. Now, lot of pathogens are there, students. We can say bacteria is there. We can say bacteria is there, or fungi is there, or virus is there, or protozoa is there, students. So you know that all of them, they causes a certain kind of a disease, and they all comes in a microorganism. So we will say that these are what? These are the pathogens. Okay. Now these organisms, you see, students, they need a material medium. They need a medium to travel. It can be air, it can be water, it can be soil, or anything. Okay, so we can write it. That is, these type of a disease you see, students, that these types of disease the infection, the pathogens needs a medium to travel. Maybe, that is, it can be anything, student. It can be air, it can be water, it can be soil, as well as it can be food. Okay, so we can say it can be food also. It can be food also. As well as the students, you have heard about the physical contact. Etc. Okay, so pathogens, they used to move, or it communicate, or we can say that it used to transfer from one person to other with the help of these material, with the help of these medium. These mediums are responsible for that. Now, what kind of disease it is an example of an infectious disease, students. So you see tuberculosis, which we call as a TB. Okay, or cholera is there. Cholera. Or malaria is there, students. Or influenza is there, which we call as a flu also. So lot of the examples are there of that of an infectious disease which is caused by the microorganism. Now let us try to understand the another one, and that is the non-infectious or a non-communicable disease. Okay, infectious, which is caused by the infectious agent is there, students. These agents are responsible for these agents are actually the microorganism which transfer from one person to the another. We can say that this is basically occurred from an infected person to that of a healthy person, and pathogens are responsible for that. Now let us discuss about the non-infectious agent or non-infectious disease. Okay, so you see non-infectious disease. Okay. Now if you see the non-infectious disease, students, so by this you have understood that it can be either non-infectious or we can say non-communicable disease. Non-communicable, it means the disease which do not communicate. When we talk about the communicable, student, it means it does not get transferred from one person, from an infected person to that of a healthy person. That is what? That is a non-communicable disease. Now here in the non-infectious disease, this disease does not require, it does not occur due to the attack of the microorganism. Okay, so there is no such kind of infectious agent is there, students, that is pathogens which are responsible for carrying the disease or which attacks the a person and cause disease. Basically here it occurs due to the malfunctioning of the body, or it occurs due to the person is very weak. Okay, so it is not caused due to that of the attack of microorganism, but basically it occurred due to the malfunctioning. Now, since it is caused due to the malfunctioning of the body organ, student, so it will also not come in a communicable. It means it does not get transferred from one person to the other person. Okay, or we can say that there is no pathogens also. What are the different examples, students? So you see diabetes is there, arthritis is there, cancer is there. So these are what? These basically these are not a communicable disease. There is no such kind of a agent is there which used to take the disease from one person to the other person. Okay, so we can write about that of the non-infectious disease, students. That is, these are not transmitted from one person to other person. From one person to other. Second, student, there is no need of any infectious agent. So second one is no infectious or infection agent is there. Okay, Then third one is it occurs due to the malfunctioning of any of the body organ. Okay, so we can write it. It occurs either due to malfunctioning of the body or due to weakness. Okay, examples are a lot are there, students, like goiter is there, you see, or pellagra is there, or diabetes are there, students. Okay, arthritis is there, kwashiorkor is there, students. Okay, scurvy is there. Okay, so you can see the all kind of nutrient deficiency disease also comes in a non-infectious or non-communicable disease. It can be due to the deficiency of protein, that is kwashiorkor, or marasmus is there, or ricket is there, scurvy is there, night blindness is there. All are what? These are a kind of a disease which basically occur when we will not take a sufficient amount of nutrients in our food. So these comes in a non-infectious disease. So on the basis of the transfer of the disease, we have divided disease into two types, that is infectious disease and non-infectious disease. Now there are other categories on the basis of which disease is divided. It depends upon the duration. Okay, so on the basis of the duration of the disease, we have divided disease again into two types, that is acute and chronic. Let us discuss about it. That here we were talking about that on the basis of the transfer of the disease, student, from one person to the other person. Okay, so if disease is like that, it get transferred with the help of an infectious agent, such kind of a disease we call it a infectious disease. But if a disease is like that, it does not get transferred, it occurs due to the malfunctioning of the body, such kind of a disease is known as a non-infectious disease. So on the basis of the duration, we can write it. On the basis of the duration of a disease. On the basis of the duration of the disease. Now, on the basis of that, student, again we can divide it into two. First one is the acute one, and the second one is the chronic disease. Okay, so we can say that is the chronic disease. Now if we try to understand the acute and that of the chronic disease, students, so you see the term is acute here. What is the meaning of acute? It means short. Then obviously a disease which occur for a short period of a time, which occur for a short duration of a time, that disease is known as an acute disease. And chronic disease which occur for a long duration of a time, that is known as a chronic disease. So here the duration of the disease is short, that is why the name is acute also. And here it is chronic, it means it is having a long impact, so that will comes in a long duration of time. Now let me make you clear one thing, that is when we talk about the acute, maybe it occur for a short period of a time, but for that particular period of a time, student, its impact is very huge. Okay, here the disease occur in a slower rate, a slower speed, but here the disease occur abruptly. It means it occur at once, and Thus, for that particular duration, the impact will be more. Maybe the person will be hospitalized. Here, the impact is a long duration, but it does not occur at once. Okay, so this is the difference between these two. Acute, it occurs for a small period of a time, but for particular period of a time, impact is very huge. It occurs slowly, it takes time. It occurs for a long period of a time, is a long duration, but it started slowly. Although when we talk about the impact, students, so overall impact of that of the chronic is more than that of acute, because acute occur for a small period of a time, so it will affect the body for that much period of a time. But chronic, it takes time, it occurs for a long duration, so its impact will be much more than that of acute. For example, student, if you take an example of a cold or cough, so if a person is suffering from cold or cough, he or she will be okay after 3 days. But if a person is suffering from a disease like tuberculosis, then impact will be, maybe the duration is maybe the starting one is the slower as compared to cold and cough. Duration is longer, so it will cause a great impact on the body. Okay, students, so this is the acute and chronic disease.